Hello everyone, Vicky Verley here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. I got a lot of requests to do another Derby Day prediction or chart. Really what it's about though is this is another tool you can use, because back in the day when we used to do this, there would be people who are real horse handicappers working on it too. And this astrology thing would just be one more thing to add to the pot, one more element to take into consideration. And normally we wouldn't even, base it all on astrology. It'd just be one more angle, one more way to look at it. And really what I'm trying to do here is not necessarily make a prediction per se, but it's like that teach a man to fish and they can fish forever. I'm going to teach you how to do it through astrology so you can do it on your own, and then maybe later you can, you can look into the traditional things, because there's plenty of, I'm not great at real handicapping horses, but there's other things. There's many things you look at. You look at the jockey, you look at the horse's history, you look at the family lines that they come through. There's a lot of elements that go into picking it, but we're going to just look at the astrology, and this is just a little fun thing we used to do, not only for Derby, but just if you're going to go to the track, a way to predict, possibly help predict the winners. Now, I totally messed up. I did a real quick search to find the date, and I was looking at it, and I had it as May 2nd, and I'm looking at all the aspects for May 2nd to formula. I wanted to kind of be a little more prepared. And there I was looking at the wrong date. It was Mercury, because there was a planet-to-planet Mercury-Saturn thing happening that day. So I'm looking at all the Mercury-named horses and Saturn and everything. And of course, it's not on the 2nd, it's on the 3rd. So all my little advanced things that I was thinking about just went right out the window. But see, here's what So here's what I do. I just look in my regular old Maynard book engagement calendar thing, and you look at the aspects for the day. See, yesterday or the 2nd, I should say. I'm actually recording this on Thursday ahead a bit, so things could change. A lot could change between now and then. Horses could be eliminated, etc. Almost a week ahead, like 9 or 10 days ahead. So here on the 2nd, there's Mercury opposed Saturn, and Venus goes into Aries. So those are the elements, and it's a Gemini moon. So I was really in the Mercury mode, because it's Mercury, and then there's a Mercury aspect. But the first thing you want to do is you want to look at the aspects for the day, and you want to look for a planet-to-planet aspect. Okay? The moon is making aspects all day long, every day, pretty much. So the moon, it's not that it's not important, but if there's a planet-to-planet, that would be the big thing that you look at. And in fact, on the 3rd, there is a Sun trine Pluto aspect going on. So there's a planet-to-planet, Sun trine Pluto, and it is a Cancer moon that day. Okay, so these are the elements that we're going to look at. I'm going to, actually this time, instead of writing in my notebook, I'm going to type some stuff up here, so hopefully we can see it. So we've got Sun trine Saturn. And the other thing, you probably can't see it. I'm going to have to scoot it down even a little more. Sun trine Saturn. And the other thing is it's a Cancer moon. Okay, so those are the things that we're looking for. And those are going to be the categories. Sun/Leo, because Leo is the ruler of Sun. Okay, I'm going to draw like a line here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these horses that fall into these categories, and then as we go on, if they fall in more than one category, then things are going to go up. Okay, so Sun and Leo, is it not trine Saturn, it's trine Pluto. I wrote the wrong thing, I'm sorry. So let's go back. So I'm doing this completely off the cuff. All my prep work went out the window because I was looking at the wrong day. But that's okay, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. So then Pluto/Scorpio. We're going to put horses that fall into that category. And then the last thing is going to be Cancer moon. Actually, the moon is probably the most important, I would say. Or that's, if it's a regular, if there are no planet-to-planet aspects, that's really what you're looking at. So we're going to make that the top category here. Okay, so let's skip down. So I've got 3 categories of things that I'm looking for in these horses' names, the jockeys' names, or anything relating to them. Okay. We're going to look at Cancer names, lunar, Sun in Leo, Pluto, Scorpio. Okay, these are the things that we are going to look at. You could go even further and go like, I'm just going by the rulership. Sun is Leo ruled by the Sun. Sun rules Leo. Pluto rules Scorpio. But you could say, well, the Sun's in Taurus, I mean, that could be a subcategory. It depends how deep you want to go with the whole thing. So the sun's in Taurus and Pluto is in Capricorn. So you could look at Taurus, Capricorn too, but I don't think I want to take it down that many tiers. I think I'm going to stay in the planetary rulership here. And that just helps me to remember, what does the sun rule? What does Leo rule? And those are the things that, it just helps me to remember. Really, we're looking at sun and Pluto and Cancer moon. So, okay, over here we've got our horses. I'm on the Kentucky Derby official site and everything. So let's just go through and look at the names first. Any of these are they Cancerian names? I'm looking through California Chrome, Opportunity, Intensality, Wildcat Red. We miss Artie, no. Right on Curling, Temperature. Ring Weekend, possibly. Metal Count, Candy Boy, Uncle Si. Vincermas, Harry's Holiday, Commanding Curve, Social Inclusion. Actually, I would say none of them really have a strong Cancerian name. I would say that that's not really a thing anywhere. The second thing that we're going to look at, and people should look at anyway, and we will get to that, but Cancer is the mother. Moon, Luna, mother, feminine. So I would definitely look at their maternal line. I would look at their maternal line and see if there's any Derby, any of their maternal line as Derby contenders, Derby winners, or big, that's something you definitely on a Cancer moon. That's something you want to investigate. You want to look at the horses' mothers and their mothers, the maternal line. I'm going to just look at these underlying things here, the trainers and anything like that. If any of that has a Cancerian sounding name to it. So far not. Oh, here is one that I was going to mention in the other one. Okay, I'm going to write this under the category of other. And I'm going to put Danza because he's an eclipse thoroughbred. And this is occurring a couple of days after the eclipse. So I'm going to include Danza because there's something about eclipse. I guess that's where he was raised or something. So I don't know if you can see over here. We could probably turn it back. I just put a category of other, and I just put Danza in that category because something that eclipse is showing up here. Okay, Starlight Racing. Maybe a little bit because Cancer's the moon. That's not very strong. Let's keep checking, scrolling down. I'm just reading the additional information to myself, scrolling down here. Wounded Warrior. Now, if there's a Chiron aspect that day, Wounded Warrior would have been a strong horse, for instance. This is just, I'm trying to teach you how to do it, so these are the kind of things that you look for, okay? All right. Actually, nothing really strong on that. Okay, so let's go through and do Sun. Any solar named horses or Leo named or anything like that. Well, maybe a little California Chrome. Isn't California the Sunshine State, or is that Florida? Let's double check that real quick. Let's look up Sunshine State. I think it's Florida, but don't they always say sunny California too? Sunshine State. Where is it? Florida. Yeah. Sunny California, though. That's a very weak connection. I don't even know if I'm going to... Okay. I'm going to put California Chrome because... and I'm going to put in sunny California in... Because that's not a very strong... It's not like hit you in the face, but it's a... it's a little bit of a connection, I would say. Okay, Dance with Fate, Wicked Strong, Danza, Opportunity, Intense Holiday. See, I had all these Gemini horses. I was all in there ready to lay it on you guys, and I was looking at the wrong day. Okay, because sometimes it'll hit you right in the face, and sometimes not so much. Okay, so I'm going to say no on that. I'm going to say not, California Chrome maybe because sunny California. That's, like I said, pretty weak. Not the strongest connection that I would be hoping for. Okay, now we're going to go through and look for Pluto types of, Dance with Fate. Pluto can be a point of fate, possibly. Wicked Strong. I'm going to say yes to Wicked Strong because I would put that in the category of Pluto. So I'm going to put Wicked Strong under the category of Pluto. I should try to do everything too. Do the stables too. Opportunity, Starlight Racing, Wildcat Red. More Mars on the red. Right on curling. Temperature, ring weekend, general A-Rod. Metal count. Candy Boy. Uncle Si. Vicarus. Harry's Holiday. Commanding Curve. Okay, so not so much there either. So not a lot of strong connections there either. Okay, so the other thing is the numerology. That is the other aspect that we want to look at. So I had my winners kind of all picked out and everything on the Gemini stuff. Numerology. Okay, so on the numerology, Cancer moon is 2. So I picked the number 2 horse, which is Vickers in Trouble. See, this stuff can change too, because if horses are dropped, I think the numbers change too. I'll just put Vickers. I know what it is. The number, okay, then moon, or excuse me, sun and Pluto is 1 and 0. So of course there's no 0, but California Chrome, that's number 1. So California Chrome is under 2 categories now. So that's what I start doing. I've got California Chrome under the sun, sunny California, and I've got California Chrome and the numerology because it's horse number 1, which is also the sun again. And then I've got Wicked Strong in there because that's sort of Pluto, and I've got Danza because of the eclipse. So astrologically, those would be the things that would be, and none of them are that strong. So just based on that, California Chrome would be a strong contender possibly. I almost feel like it might be the right thing that sometimes when I do the wrong thing, it's really the right thing. You know, I was looking at the wrong date because maybe I was supposed to look at the wrong date. So we're going to put California Chrome in here because it has numerology and it has the sunny reference. Wicked Strong because that's Pluto. I'm actually not vibing all that strongly on Wicked Strong though, but I'm going to put that up there. And Danza because it came from the eclipse stables. Or whatever. There's some reference to an eclipse there, and we're a couple days after the eclipse on the race. So those are the 3 to pick that way. Here's some other factors to think about. Sun trine Pluto. I'm going to say because Pluto is big money. I would be betting long shots. I would totally be betting long shots because I feel like it could be a big payout with the Sun trine Pluto. That's for sure. Sun trine Pluto. Okay, so that's some other things to look into on your own. Play the long shots. And number 2, I would also check that maternal line. I mean, I guess we could look into that real quickly here. I don't know how we can look into it real quickly. I'll do a quick Google search for maternal line Derby contenders. If it doesn't come right up, I'm not doing it. Okay, that's something you might want to look at on your own. But that would be other things to... does it give it... Yeah, it doesn't... There's nothing that's coming right up here. His maternal grandsire. Horse of the year. Okay. So there's something about maternal here. Let's see what this is. Let's look at it up. Let's... This is sometimes it's not California Chrome again. Are you kidding me? I'm going to do a find on maternal and find out where that little blurb was coming from. Because but it keeps showing up, but I was not that strong on that one. Let's look up maternal. No, native dancer. Is that even in there? That horse might have been dropped already. See how that works? You know, what date was this posted at? This was posted on AC. That's how it works. That horse is already gone. So it's not even in the mix anymore. Okay. So that, I want to go back though, because I was looking at this yesterday and I had some strong vibes. I know a lot of it was based on the Gemini stuff, but I really like Uncle Si. That was one of the horses that I just vibe kind of strong with. So with this is just like totally off the cuff. No rhyme or reason behind it. But I like Uncle Si. And then the other one was that Dancing with Fate. I really liked that horse too. Where's that at? Dance with Fate. Because I like the name. And you know, last year I picked Orb just because I liked the name. It ended up winning, so I mean, stranger things have happened. Wondered what the, and oh, I like that 108 number. That's got significance to me too. Somebody who recently passed away. So that was another reason that I was picking that. I want to look at Dancing with Fate. Is there anything in there about their maternal line, or is there anything about that listed here for us to? A male line descendant of Mrs. Prosecutor, or something. So it's talking about the paternal line. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it's Dom. So the correct terminology is not maternal line, it's Dom. Dances with Fate likely inherits an additional dose of speed from his Dom flirting with Fate. Ooh, I like that even more. Whose only win came at 6.5 furlongs. Oh, okay, so I'm liking Dancing with Fate. And we have, Dom is the thing, if you want to invest, I'm not going to go through every horse and look up the Dom. Okay, but if you want to look it up further, that's the term, if you didn't know. I didn't know it. So if you didn't know it, that's what we want to look at. It's the female family because of the Cancer moon. I wanted to look at the odds. Are they giving us odds here? Okay, no, let's try to do a search on that. Because I think some of the long Pluto big money payout, 2014 Kentucky Derby odds. Kentucky Derby breaking down the early favorites. Kentucky Derby odds, all horse racing. Let's go there. Okay. Might not be. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Okay, again, this doesn't, I don't know if this is, there's one for 100 to 1. So this is what you want to do. I would play at least a couple bucks on the long shot. And these lines shift. This shifts too. This isn't going to be anyway. This is not going to be the same on the day. And I'm already looking like some of these are gone already, I can tell you. Like, I don't remember seeing In Trouble 100 to 1 here. So some of these have already been weeded out, these really bad long shots. Cleburne, I don't recall seeing that over there. So it looks like some of those are gone. That's something also you're going to have to do right on a race day, you know, on Derby Day. You're going to have to look at it. But I would put a few bucks on the long shots here. Okay, so this is my final notes here. Let's really blow it up so I hope you can see what I've got here. And again, it's going to require a little bit more on, you know, on your part, maybe, to looking things up. Of course, this won't blow up. It won't blow up or blow down. Okay, so hopefully, maybe we can zoom in a little. Hope you can see it. Anyway, so California Chrome comes in because of, you know, the sunny California thing and the numerology. By the way, I did 1 and 10, which is 10, We Miss Artie. So you've got California Chrome, Wicked Strong, and Danza, kind of based on astrology. Those are your 3 picks. Based on numerology, we've got Vickers, what was it called? Number 2. Well, whatever the number 2 horse is, I think that may be able to change. Vickers in trouble. So the number, you want to bet the number 1 horse, the number 2 horse, and the 10 horse possibly, because it's really a 1-0. Pluto is 1-0. So Sun Pluto. Sun is 1, Pluto 0. So that you could maybe make that a 10, I guess. So not so strong on that though, but the number 1, the number 2, and the number 1, 0 or 10 horse could be strong. Other things to look for, because it's Pluto, could be a big money payout day that day. Bet the long shots. You're going to have to check the day of because the odds are going to change. The odds are changing all the time. The line shifts, I think they call it. But anyways, also look at the maternal line or the Doms. Look at the mothers because that's going to be where it is. Also, are there any female horses running? If there's any female horses running that day, I would definitely put a bet on a female horse. Or are there any female jockeys? If there's any female jockeys riding that day, I would be betting on them because Cancer is feminine, women, mothers. You know, the vibe for the day is the moon is in Cancer there. And I think the moon is going to be conjuncting Jupiter. So it's even more so Cancerian energy than your normal moon in whatever day, because the power of Jupiter is going to be with it. And Jupiter not only brings power and abundance and luck and good fortune, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, which is the horse. You know, Sag rules horses and horse racing. So since the moon is going to be in Cancer with Jupiter that day, the Cancer energy is very much the strongest predominant vibe that's going to be going on. And honestly, none of these are the Cancer vibe. They were just, Dan's I put in because of the eclipse, okay? California Chrome was the sun energy. That's not the moon of Cancer and the moon ruler of it. Wicked Strong was sort of a Pluto energy. So go for the feminine. Go for mother, maternal line, the dom. Check the doms. Check the female horses if there's any. I should have done all this ahead of time, but this is stuff you guys can do on your own. These are just kind of like tips. For me, I did do a quick search to try to find out if the female horses and female jocks. I didn't come up with anything right off the bat. And I'm not even sure if they know who's riding who right now. I don't think they decide that. See, I'm not a great horse handicapper. It's just some little fun little stuff we used to do with astrology and numerology, and it works a lot of the time. So anyways, these are the things that you want to do your homework on. But I'm telling you, feminine. Female horses, female jockeys. Look to the mothers. Look to the doms. Those are the astrology and the numerology horses I've listed. Astrology, very weak on all of these, though. None of these are like, you know, it's not like if there were a horse like named Pluto running, then, you know, we'd be betting that would be like a very strong connection. These are all rather weak connections. But astrology, we have California Chrome, Wicked Strong, and Danza. Numerology, we have the number 1 and 2 horses are the strongest, possibly the number 10. At this current state, when I'm recording this, number 1 is California Chrome, number 2 is Vickers, number 10 is Miss Artie. You know, that Miss thing, that could also be feminine. You know, it's Miss, I miss you, of course, but it's Miss, like Miss Artie or Miss whoever, you know, little Miss, you know, as opposed to Mrs., you know, or Ms. So that's a tiny bit of a slant on the feminine, too. That's why I went ahead and included it. And it was a 1-0 horse, so I went ahead and included it up there. Check all that stuff. You know, the two that I kind of like, I like Uncle Si, and I like Dance with Fate. I just like Dance with Fate. I think I'm definitely, even after I do, it's going to require more research on everybody's part. But even if I look into all this female stuff, I think no matter what, I'm going to put Dance with Fate just because I like the name. And that's how I picked Orb last year, because I like the name. So, I mean, sometimes it can just be that simple. But I think this gives you a lot to go on. And you want to do your regular handicapping, too, as part of the rundown. You know, you don't want to just do this. I'm not going to get that deep into it. You know, I'm just not. But this is kind of just how to show you. And this is something you could do anytime. Find out where the moon is on the day you go to the track, and play the horses that relate to that moon sign. Okay, so in this case, we're looking at the Cancerian energy, as I've said over and over again. So this is my picks. I think my pick is Dances with Fate. If I had to just say right now, my pick, Dances with Fate, I like the most. A lot of things are lining up for California Chrome. It comes under more than one category. It's the only horse that came under more than one category. Okay, so that's something. I would probably put a little side bet on there. Wait till the day of the race. Who's the longest shot? I'd be betting that. If there's any female jockeys, I'm betting that horse too. Right now, just because I like the name, Dance with Fate. That is my pick. Okay, so it gives you a lot to go on. It gives you a little food for thought and a lot to work on. I hope I helped you out, and good luck. Talk to you soon.